Hey y'all, NK here and welcome back to the Cookery. Season's greetings to you all. It is almost Christmas, happy Hanukkah, all of that. So today we are going to be making some snowflake cookies. Now, it's not actually your regular sugar cookie. I actually am a huge snickerdoodle cookie fan, as you guys probably know. So I'm going to make snickerdoodle cookies and then make them into snowflakes and ice them with a icing that I've never really tried before. I've never tried to make frosting. So that's also going to be a huge experiment today that we're going to try. So let's see how it goes and let's get right into this video. Okay, so first I'm just going to start off with doing the same thing that I did for my snickerdoodle cookie video, which is making the dough for these snickerdoodle cookies. Basically everything is the same except I am not going to add the cinnamon sugar mix when I put them in the oven to bake. So we're going to just start off with the dough. So I have 1/2 cup of butter here. Let's hope it just plops out. And then I'm going to take my 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, kind of exactly at the edge, so I'm really proud of how I measured that. Slightly add that, and then I am actually just going to mix this through until it's basically light and fluffy. Okay, so now that I have mixed together and it definitely has that creamy texture that I remember, I haven't made this for a while, so hopefully it still turns out great. Now I'm going to add my 1/2 cup of just plain granulated sugar. Obviously, the one thing I definitely remember is the loads and amount of sugar that comes with making cookies, so that's nothing new. And now I have my 1/6 cup, I believe, of brown sugar. The recipe link will be down in the description if you guys want to try, and I'm obviously making only half just to make only 12 cookies. So now I'm actually just going to mix this. I'm going to add my 1 egg and once again stir, because this recipe is definitely once again like add something, stir, but that's just how you make cookies. That's how I've kind of learned based off of a lot of recipes, so definitely getting used to it. The last step, this is actually going by really quickly, which is good. I'm going to add all of my kind of powdery stuff. I've got the flour here, I've got salt, cream of tartar, baking soda, and cinnamon. So here's the actual cinnamon part. This is the only cinnamon I'm going to add for it. So I'm just going to pour that in. And then you guessed it, I'm going to stir again. Now that I actually added about another 1/2 cup of flour. So in total, I have about 2 cups of flour. So that is the actual texture that I remember and that it should be. I feel like whenever I try to have something, I always have to add a bit more flour to make sure I have the right texture, or else it's just not, in this case, like cookie-like. So that was that. So now this is my dough here, definitely how I remember it to be, definitely how I need it to be. So now I'm actually going to chill it for about 30 minutes and then we can actually start cutting it into snowflakes. Okay, I rolled obviously the dough out. I'll be honest with you guys, it was not an easy process at all, especially I think with this dough because it's still kind of sticky and I had to add even more flour, so like another 1/4 cup of flour. But let's see if it actually is better when I try to cut it. So I'm gonna cut all of them and then I'm gonna show you guys how it looks. I'm using just a regular snowflake cookie cutter. Push that in. Definitely can see a cute little outline. I don't really want to take it out now because I'm afraid it'll get sticky and weird, so I'll probably take it out with a fork. I'll show you guys after I've like cut through all of them. I think I can make like 12, but ooh, actually yeah, see, that's actually good. Maybe it won't come out that bad, but it's still kind of cute looking, I guess. So we're just gonna let it be for now and let it kind of start to separate by itself, and then I can actually take it out. That took a while. It was, if I have to rate the experience of cutting the cookies and then putting it on here, especially like this dough, it's kind of sticky still, so I don't know, like maybe this one isn't like made for like exactly cutting cookies. I don't really know. You guys can check it out if like something goes wrong. Maybe it's just because I did half because I don't want 24 cookies. But if I have to rate this experience of cutting it and then putting it here on the board, I'd give it a solid 7 because some of them were sticky. Obviously some like were a lot thicker than others. Obviously since it's a snowflake, you want it a certain shape. You don't want like some of it to be longer than others or too floppy, but it's still kind of, I think, turned out well. It looks pretty good. I don't know. Comment down below. Do you guys think it actually will turn out good? I don't know. I hope so. And then we're actually going to frost them. So as my oven makes its way towards 350 degrees, I am going to put these in and then maybe bake them for about 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, that was it was kind of a very interesting process. This is the first time I've ever made like supposedly Christmas cookies, but as you guys can probably tell, these just kind of look like some weird starfish, and especially like some pretty fat starfish. I don't even, when I first look at this, of course, since it's the holiday season, I think, okay, maybe there's supposed to be snowflakes, but definitely not how I envisioned them, obviously, and they are cooled, so nothing more about that. They are obviously, though, snickerdoodle cookie still, so that is good. They just don't have the cinnamon sugar topping. However, we're going to try to add some frosting now. So I'm kind of experimenting here with everything, kind of, and so let's see. I will have a separate link down below for the icing. Now this icing, I kind of like it. I did a lot of experimenting with it also because obviously I'm not making like a lot, and so I'm not huge on icing even for cinnamon rolls. I just decided not, so ooh. Okay, so that is our first little snowflake, I guess. I mean, it kind of looks like a snowflake now. I mean, maybe if I had like other colors or like stripes. But at the same time, right now, I don't really care for design. I just really want to try the cookie. So let's try it, and if it tastes good, I'll butter up some more, and then we'll just see how it goes. So let me see. Yeah, it's definitely on the sweet side. The frosting's a lot, I didn't put too much. But the cookie's good. Came like the arm. I want to call it the arm for some reason because it just reminds me of like a starfish. Came off super easily. Obviously well done inside. Very nice. I really like the cinnamon touch to it, so that's also good. So it actually tastes pretty good. Better than my expectations for this. Alright, you guys, that is basically it for today's video. I honestly don't really know what to think about this one. But it's definitely not one of the best things I've ever made, but at the same time, definitely not one of the worst things I've ever made. I can think of some that are probably worse, but these kind of turned out, I guess, what my expectations thought of. I definitely didn't think of them to be that puffy or the icing to be a little too sweet, but there's flaws in every beginning, so this was definitely one of them. So please give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this more realistic approach. I don't really want to call this a fail, but at the same time, I'm not going to call it a complete success because it wasn't exactly how I envisioned it and how I would have liked it to go. I hope Santa is not disappointed, but that's that. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so you get weekly notifications every time I upload a brand new video. Until then, I will see you guys next time, and just have a great holiday season.